Welcome back to my review series of City of Blank. Today we're reviewing episode 157, 158, and 159. So first off we're reviewing 157, Consequences of Actions. So the episode starts off with Claude telling us his backstory about how he was he's a screw up, and he doesn't really care, and that's why he doesn't really care about other people. It's because they haven't, honestly, hasn't needed to care about anything. And yep, we just see more Claude and Jericho interactions. Those two, I just love those two interacting. And oh my god, can my laptop thank you? Yeah, been using it all day. And yep, Claude wants to do something for Jericho, and Jericho wants him to become a. Could you stop? Jericho, he wants Claude to become a Balnk, and that's when Claude sees what he just did to his leg. And of course he'd be limping because remember the red blank space is one giant scab. There's nothing under the red blank space. It's just there. And yeah, and then we just see Jericho in Claude's house, I guess. Yeah. We just see more Jericho and Claude interaction, but we haven't seen that all throughout the book. And yep, that's when Claude gets really defensive, asking why is he here instead of anybody else. That's when Jericho fires back, why'd you cut off your leg, man? And yep, Claude's already given up his face for Jericho, so to be honest, that's kind of less, important. And Jericho always wants to know why he always sticks around, and that's because Jericho is the first thing that's mattered to Claude. And yeah, we just see a really sad moment because he just doesn't want Jericho to pretend he suddenly cares. And Jericho does care, but his Psychon won't allow him to actually say that. We don't know why. He just doesn't for some reason. And yeah, this is a really... I like this gay moment between these two. Because yeah, it shows that Jericho actually does care without him actually saying it. Never mind. I wasn't trying to look at anything sharp. Anyways, yeah, and that's basically the whole chapter. This chapter wasn't really that eventful until this happens. Go listen to the music if you wanna listen to it. I can't play it because of copyright issues. But yeah, anyways, honestly, I'd give it a 4 out of 10. It wasn't really that eventful. Now here comes episode 158, Compliance. So fan art. And that's when, breaking news, Stella Kingley is now up on the TV because nobody wants to actually see Stella, but for some reason she insists on being in the spotlight. And yeah, this is basically 66 version of politics. Which, you know what? Nobody understands politics. Yep. Apparently, Stella has just invited herself onto ban to bring the red blanks to justice. But we all know why she wants to be on ban, so that she can rule the world. Which is, everybody wants to rule the world. That's big. That's big. That's a good song. And that's when this butthead will be retiring for mayor, and Stella will run in his place. And nobody is happy about that. Of course, why would you? Stella is the antagonist of City of Blank. And over the past 48 hours, human citizens have learned that their friends, neighbors, and co-workers. Yet that is not true whatsoever. and all blanks under ban will be prohibited from obscuring their faces. Because blanks have a great gift when we all know that she just wants to see who's a blank and who's not. She just wants to let the blanks yell, hey, I'm a blank, what are you gonna do about it? I'm mayor, I'm gonna off you, ha ha ha. And yep, that the son Gabriel Fence passes our new rule. And yep, father like son, or like son like father. These two have basically blackmailed each other at this point. And it's just it's not good. It's not good. And asking if they can really do this is Desmond. Since Fens is the president of Ban, and technically they can do whatever they want because they've made Bland court refugees public enemy #1, and the mayor and Stella knows that these two have been withholding red blank information. So yeah, that was actually that was pretty good, and that's when Jericho starts being an asshole. Basically, like, where are those good intentions you saw in Blank now? Works, ha ha ha. I'm an asshole. Yeah, nobody cares about you, Jericho. Okay, you may look sexy, but you are not. Okay, so let's get this started. Ban no longer stands for safety, and it's going into a compliance network. And that's when Liz has a plan. Oh my! And I like 66, like the episode to vote for literally anyone else. And yep, that is that episode. And anyways, 7 out of 10 maybe. Yeah, that was a pretty good episode. And now for the last one, episode 159, Cracks. So fan art, and then this episode starts out. That's Nia's mum, by the way. That we'll get into that in a later review. I've been behind my reviews, okay? And yep, this is the jail. And that was what Nia looked like before she turned into a killer bunny rabbit. Yep, this is how this all goes down. Because the jail is gonna get overpopulated. And yep, now Charlie Mathers is back. Or Charlie J. Mathers, my apologies. And oh my god, you reek. When was the last time you showered? A fantastic question, miss. How long have I been locked up? Oh god. Yeah, this is like my favorite interaction between these two. And this is when Rex really doesn't like what's going on. And apparently Charlie was supposed to be locked far away. And yep, this is when Charlie has the gal to say, look who got himself out of bed. And yep, this is when Jericho says that our hand is forced and we have to use him. And yeah, this is when Rex says, and you just trust him? Like, I'll keep him on a tight leash. He's one of my extensions. Remember, he won't so much as scratch his butt without me knowing. I'll cooperate, but I'm gonna do a hell of a lot more than scratch my butt as payback for locking me up. And yep, Charlie's just gonna, since Charlie also has experience with hiding blanks, I guess. What about Cloud anyways? And apparently this was all Cloud's idea, so whoopee. And Cloud lost all his connections, and Charlie is supposed to just be working instead. Anyone with the name Charlie is obviously gonna be evil, or like a butthead. Like, nothing is really the matter. I'm just glad that you're on your feet again. Yeah, well, this was my idea, so spare me the sympathy. And that's when everyone knows that Cloud knows sign language. And I don't tell you guys a lot of things. And this is, like, Rex is not okay with this. Like, he's a mass murderer. Remember, he's a mass murderer, and it also makes Belle uncomfortable. I'm serious, Joker. If you want me to stay on your side, then this is not a good way to keep me on it. And this is when Jericho lays on the guilt trip. And then would you rather be on Desmond's side? Look where his side has gotten us. The other side has displaced thousands of blanks. Like, laying on the Gil. Like, this is not a good idea. But he knows he's right, so yep. So Rex basically just runs away. But you know what? I don't blame him because he's in an uncomfortable situation. There's one Balnk out there. And this is when we see Aunt Lorio. And yeah, this is Desmond, by the way. Like, we only see his beard, but yeah. Go read the book if you want to see his face. And that is that episode. So I'll give it a 6 out of 10 because you know what, it wasn't that big, but you know what, we're just filling in some filler arcs before we get to the big crack. I know it.